I need to change the thumbnail real quick. Edit the invite link. This one should never expire. Generate new link. Okay, let's go ahead and drop that one. And then I'll just go ahead and link the GitHub as well. There we go. Now people know more about the project. They'll be able to see the old repository. They'll be able to see the game. They'll be able to see the Discord. Last thing, let's post some links. Show this on X. Also, I don't think it should be 3D Linux stream. I think. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's because it's... Oh. I didn't save that. How do you do this? I write code, I guess? Yeah, so I wrote... I guess we can look at the history of it. We want... we can go to my profile and then look at my posts and then try to rank them by all time. Let's see what the first one is. Okay, so it started off, just real quick, it started off as a cube. So I just rendered a green screen and I rendered an app, Emacs, into the window using X11 actually. So those are all the pix maps that are, I guess, all of the various... I'm not sure what the pix maps are, actually. I forgot what that was. But, yeah, it's just rendering all the pixels from the app. Then it went to, I guess, this. I started building, like, a sort of 3D world out of actual voxels. And so I'm just completing tasks in my Emacs, but eventually this became a full, like, sort of, there's like a music visualizer and like a maze solver and a neural net visualizer, and you can jump between windows, go look at the NNIST 9 detector, and I can place voxels. I think I might actually place voxels in this. Maybe. No, I don't place voxels in that one. And then I evolved into I changed it into a window manager. So I got rid of all the game elements, all of the voxels and stuff, and just turned it into a window manager. And now I'm turning it back into more like an RPG type game. So I plan on having these NPCs. where you can go talk to the NPCs with like these invisible terminals, and like agents will have their own terminals, and you can like communicate with the NPC agents and such. So it's kind of a vibe code game thing. There it is playing Minecraft. It's kind of fun. So yeah, that's just a general overview of the history of it. Ooh, there is no Emacs started. That's fine. I'll just use codecs in here for now. Do I want to get workspaces working first, or do I want to get non-focused mouse interactions working? It doesn't even show the mouse when I... That's not even showing the mouse at all. At all. Okay, it doesn't show the mouse at all. I need to restart. That seems like a bug. But that will allow me to create an Emacs here real quick. Okay, so I'm creating a daemon Emacs. So that way it will just live as a background process. But that will allow me to not restart it, and so I'll have a persistent IDE with all my files open and such, and all the context and state associated with it. So to do that, I run Emacs client, the terminal version, because the text is easier to see. Then I use the eat term. Well, there's also a bug where sometimes Super E doesn't work to unfocus an app, so I have to fix that. I'm not sure why that's always the case, but it is sometimes the case. I type, I press escape, and I'm not sure why it's the case sometimes. It just is. I probably need to improve the logging system. I was using SBD log, source logger, but it's kind of a pain to install into a new class, at least manually. But with GPT, it has a lot of boilerplate, so I didn't like doing it. So I would just sometimes, like if I was working on a new class, I would just sort of skip that part. I probably should have used like maybe a super class that just gave it, it's like all classes inherited. The logger functionality or whatever, but I didn't do that. So a lot of the classes just don't have this proper logger, and sometimes I just like log to a file or to console or whatever. It's just haphazard. It's not great. So I do think I want to fix that, especially if we're going to be like this is for me, this sort of raycasting and projection view model stuff, and figuring out how to translate the coordinate systems from a pointer into an app space. I would find that difficult and would almost certainly need some sort of text-based feedback in the form of logs to debug that and develop that. It might not be the case that will happen with GPT. It might just one-shot it. I don't know. It might be easy for it. This might be like projections seem like a thing that's like pretty common in 3D. I'm not an extremely experienced graphics developer. So, maybe it just has a wide base of knowledge that I don't have. But I would like, so it's kind of lame in demos to have to focus on an app and it just looks like you're static in this like window manager space. But if I could always like move around and then like, again, I can't see my mouse again, but be able to press F and then use the mouse on the app, I think that would be pretty incredible and would allow me to like, work on the app sideways like this. So it's very clear that I'm like in a 3D perspective as I'm working, which, why would you look at an app sideways? Like it's kind of weird, but I kind of want to do that in the stream to demo it and like while I'm working to demo it. And also you can have it like, you can put an app like right here and have like a sort of more interesting composition of your like windows. It also enables VR, which is something that people very much want. And I think now that this is for profit, or now that this has something to sell, I think VR might be something I want to do and would have major appeal. So that is what this will enable. Since it's making it. I've also lost the key overlay that shows all key presses. So there are a few bugs with the new stuff I've developed, or that GPT has developed. So. I don't have a mouse. Did it Okay, it didn't do a commit yet. Well, let's see what it did. Okay, it seems that the mouse still works in this mode. Okay. Now let's see if we can use this in... I don't usually click on Emacs. So let's try Chromium. Let's just reload this. I still have my mouse, so that's good. Let's go ahead and... Okay, so now the mouse doesn't work at all. So that's great. Good job. Good job, folks. You, It's kind of weird that I say the mouse doesn't work at all, because it did work on the SpaceMax. Okay, let's see if I can get this to restore. No? Okay, so it would appear that it has stopped working on overlays. I think that's the major problem. So if I were to open up Minecraft, which doesn't have overlays, it also has a weirdly sized window for some reason. I imagine that the mouse will work on this. But let's see. Nope. Oh, it has an overlay too, and I just think I was able to clear it. Okay, I see. So it's like, it's inverted for one thing. Okay, so it just inverted the mouse. Is that really what it did? So if I go here and then move down, okay, yeah. So that's all it did. I was able to restore it just like that. So it just inverted the mouse. I won't be able to test if it works for the non-focused version at the moment. Not until I fix the inversion. So it should be able to resolve that. Oh, that's really weird. Does look like it's correct about the x-axis though, so. Right, let me just reboot this. Okay, let me make sure I can. Okay, I can still use the mouse. And now let's see if I can use the mouse in this mode here. Okay, I can. I don't see the mouse is the only problem, but I can use it because I was able to just pause that video, I think. And you can see the mouse, like you can see me highlighting over all this stuff on that like the bar there. So that's good. So the only problem is that the F key no longer shows the cursor. Okay, I think that works, but the F key no longer shows the cursor. In fact, after I press it and focus on an app, then I can usually see the cursor. The cursor also has disappeared. So F, for some reason, just makes the cursor disappear. I can see it work visibly on a browser, though. So I think it's working at least partially, although I can't test precision yet. Okay, so hopefully it resolves that. It's not showing the cursor is like not a super big problem. So I'm able to highlight all of this. I can actually see the cursor if I'm using highlight, so that's cool. And it seems like that works like pretty much from any angle. So that's pretty cool. All right, let's see if that works. Okay, so I don't see the cursor still. I can't press escape to escape out of this, I don't think. There we go. Coincidentally, I also think this breaks the key press overlay. So now I have it working on two things. I'm not sure if that's the best idea, but it may have broken with the key press overlay too, so. But I think maybe an app focus breaks the key press overlay, or maybe it is just pressing F that breaks it. I would have to test that. I can actually escape out of this right now, and it will not stop doing its thing, because that process is daemonized. I started it here, so I can let it do its thing while I reboot or whatever to test my hypothesis of the key press overlay. So you see the overlay up there at the top. So if I press F and then press F again, yeah, it disappears. So it is related. And I could probably look at the code for that as well to determine like maybe what's going on. So that would be handle toggle cursor, I believe. I'm not sure what reset mouse does. That is very weird. I don't even understand what that's doing. I think ChatGPT just destroyed these variables, or Codex destroyed these variables. Probably when implementing the display overlay, actually. No, that's not why. I don't think that's why. But I guess we can find out. No. It doesn't really know. Freaking vibe code. Whoops. And maybe this app-focused, the only thing I can imagine is that the app-focused is getting like unset somehow, would be my guess. Okay, I thought I just saw the cursor there for a second. I'm going to try that again. I think I just saw it. Actually, I know what to do. I think, maybe. Let's set this to false. Maybe it's interfering. Hey, I can see the cursor now. Okay, so it is that overlay. It's that overlay that's causing the problem. Let's see if this works. So I'm going to now do this and try to restore. Very interesting. I can't seem to go back to, okay, there we are. Okay, so let's make sure that mouse, okay, the mouse does work in this mode. Now let's see if I can get it, okay, so it works without rotations, I think. Yeah, so I can change the size just by backing up, I believe. Yeah, there we are, okay. So the problem, I believe, is the rotations. Also, I think there's like a state problem where okay, there we are. Okay, so now we're rotated. Okay, so is it the same horizontal bug problem? What is... Okay, so it is. So it's inverted. It's inverted when it's unfocused. Got it. That's why it created the inversion problem. So it needs to invert when it's unfocused, but not invert when it's focused. I'm going to answer some questions now. Am I using 4.7? No, I'm using 5.3 Chat GPT or GPT. Is this open code? I don't even know what open code is. Oh, actually, look at this. So it's not inverted. It's just translated wrong. It's getting the translation wrong. But it does appear that the x-axis is still, like, that works. So it's just like the y is off a bit. Alex Kiwi 1909 asks, is this like 2-in-1 game desktop environment? Yes. I wanted to build a game, but I was like, I don't want to leave the game, so I built a Emacs cube, and then it evolved into this. So, yeah. Anyway, sorry for checking Twitter. I'm going to open up Kitty Term and whoops. And first tell it of my revelation here that okay, this is oh, that's weird. Okay, so it does seem to work here. Okay, so it seems that let's see if it works in the extreme degree for the X. Like, does it get away from me if I... Seems like it probably is getting away from me. Not sure if it's doing the translation like it's supposed to. It's certainly separating in the y-axis. I'm not sure if it's separating in the x-axis, though. Oh. Wow. It reused the cursor's buffer? Why? Why would it make that decision? Are they saying that the inversion is messing up the translation as well? Because that's kind of weird. I could see how that would cause it. I just mentally I can't fully visualize exactly what's going on, but I could see how an inversion would then mess up the translation maybe. Open code is like the open source alternative for Claude Code. Okay. It's really taking a long time. There we go. Okay, I'll test the first fix. So I will open up the config. And then I press like maybe Y? Yeah, okay. So that reloaded it. All right, let's see if it messes up the... Okay, so we have full cursor now. Okay, let's open up Chromium. And let's see if we can use the mouse on it. Can I just close that? Whoa. Oh wow. Okay, so it's... No, it inverted it again. Is it inverted for normal focus? It is. Okay, so I have to come down here to click on restore, like last time. Oops. I have to come down here to click on that tab, wrong tab, that one. Okay, so that is highlighting my name. So if I move up a bit and move down, I hit the restore. Okay. On Emacs, I have to press Control Z to press Escape on the terminal to get it, or on the chat to get it to stop. So I have Vim key binding, so I can press I to insert and then Escape to get into normal mode. To exit that, I press Control Z, and then I can. It's like a normal terminal now, and there's no insert mode. So if I press I, it just types, and then I can press Escape. Just a little tidbit about Spacemacs. Based. So I wonder how long that would have taken me to figure out. Probably a really long time. Oh, I think I froze it. I think I broke it. Don't know what happened there. Hopefully it doesn't do that again. Okay. Actually, I think I want to use Chromium. It's the easiest way to test the behavior here. Okay, let's see. I don't think I can go high enough to restore it. Yep, can't get above that circle there. Okay, that's fine. Does it work when it's focused? That's usually a... Okay. Yes, that's the... Huh. Yep. Yeah, I think it just completely ignored everything to do with, I wonder if this works with, I wonder if this works with two apps. Okay, so it works with that, and then, oh, that's really cool, guys. So it does work with two apps. So I think what it did is it worked with the focus, like it wanted to get the input focus switching working, but it didn't even think about the rotations. So that's the main problem, I think. I have to tell it not to replace. Okay, now it's using quads. Whoa, didn't mean to do that. Alright, first let's... Okay, it seems like it may still work. really don't understand. Yeah, I think it's just a broken projection. I might have to study this and try to write it myself. I'll get it to explain to me how it thinks it works after this. Center plus extent assumptions? Okay. Oh, test. Whoops. I don't know why it didn't delete this. I should have deleted this. Whoa, that is so bad. Oh, it's inverted again. Here to fix the code. Maybe rip it all out and rewrite it with your given knowledge of the errors. Try to deeply understand the problem. I might actually have to do that myself. I'm going to change the model maybe to a higher level of reasoning. I guess I'll just keep it at this. This is so terribly difficult. I just want to post. Definitely going to like that one. Oh my god, I can't use it. Can't. Oh. Like. Oh, there we go. Where are you? Oh. Got it. Most difficult like in the world. Of course, I can't even use it when it's like this either. It has completely borked my system. Be right back. I'm going to start some food. Juice, you want some food? Literally looks like it's still working. Literally used too much. Okay. Get height scaler. We shall see. I froze it again. I think it's what happens when I move the mouse before everything launches, maybe. I don't know. Hey, that doesn't work. Well, maybe it doesn't work on overlays now. That's weird. Okay, so it works in non-focus mode. Let's go over here. Perfect. Oh, wait. Nope, not perfect. So does it work when I'm completely perpendicular but far away? Okay, so it does work when I'm completely perpendicular and far away. Just doesn't work. App get height scaler. Another thing. I forgot that some of the functions are defined, at least the getters are defined in the headers. So I think get height scaler might be something new with the Wayland port. So this will at least allow me to enter into the app and then be able to type on it. So that'll be a little strange. I actually imagine a type of thing where I could get stuck in an app because I'm too close to it, and then I am only typing in it and I lose all ability to move. And we're back down to one concurrent viewer. This seems to be the usual trend. It spikes and then falls. Another thing to check. If I can actually use my browser since this stuff got broken. Oh, that's not what I want with this. No notifications. That is fine. What did I come here to test? Oh, keyboard input. Okay, so that's definitely not generating any keyboard input. That's weird. It's using ray projected stuff for focused windows. It's going to break it. I'm not going to even be able to use my browser after it does this. It's also changed the point on the cursor. Like, now it's the bottom of the cursor that is the cursor, which is definitely something that wasn't the case. It was the upper left-hand corner of the cursor that made the cursor. So that's weird. Yep, goodbye. rice is done. Drop the recording a bit. Hopefully that drops it. I'll turn it back on in a moment. I just want to make sure that you guys don't hear me eat. Nope, still messed up. Also, I can't. Oh, very interesting though. Also, like, lost the ability to. There we go. so I'm actually not even focused on this app, but then I can focus on it. So that's pretty cool. So it's like the mouse input is still kind of messed up. But I can use it like this. No, mouse input doesn't work. Wow. I guess technically I don't need to. It just becomes a trap if I push too far into the window, because then it focuses and I can't unfocus. Kind of cool now because I can sort of use it like a tiling manager. Not really. But I can have like two windows open now like this. And switch between them. Which is like kind of janky. Uh-oh. There we go. I'm not sure why that focus change didn't work. We do have good enter and exit focus though, so that's cool. That's certainly something that didn't exist prior. Uh-oh. delicious. So let's see if this does this. So I've entered, and I press Super E, bass. Okay, so I'm right over configuration here, so if I drop down to here, there we go. Back up to regular volume now for the audio. Universal. So it does seem to enter exactly Yeah, so it should be the moment I enter into this, it grabs capture, but I drag it down to here, and that's when it grabs capture. You can see here that it just like if you are ray casting from a point, i.e. not all ray casts from the mouse, yeah, I think this is definitely like a camera perspective problem with like some type of projection matrice that's used to create the FOV basically. What in the world? Oh, it's because don't have an input. Wasn't in insert mode. I should probably just keep this in non-vim mode. Just bring the ball here and I'll throw it for you. Pass. Come on. You don't want to? Okay. Oops. Okay, let's test this. Okay, that's perfect. Oh, I'm excited. Oh, no. Oh, no. That's not perfect. So it thinks the app is way up here. I'm not sure if Codex is smart enough to solve this problem. Either way, after it does this, I am going to stop the stream. I've got some work done on it, so I mean this is pretty cool. First off, I fixed the rendering of the overlay there, and second off, I got at least this to kind of work. Like it's not perfect. Mouse doesn't fully do what it needs to, but like it's usable. So like, if I want to use two apps, maybe I should have rotated that one a little bit more. Yeah, there we go. So if I wanted to use two apps like this, for some reason, I can. The projection cache bug? Oh my gosh. I have my keyboard on the ground instead of on my lap. Uh-oh. I don't think the projection matrix changes. Okay, so background terminal is done. It just doesn't know it. Alright, well, it says it's compiled, so I'll retry one more time. Regardless of the status of this, I'm going to end the stream after this. So I guess I'll just open up a Chromium right now. But we can go ahead and try the raycasting stuff. So we're out, we're in, we're out, we're in, we're out. We are up. Yeah, it's definitely going to be broken. Definitely going to be broken. But I suppose maybe usable enough to try to end the stream here. Might be possible. Let me look up a little bit more. 1 second. There we go. Oh, that made it even worse. Maybe I have to look down to get it to work. Okay, I'm just going to focus. So the mouse translation doesn't work perfectly. We'll get that fixed. All right. Adios.